Hello, welcome to Star Wars Spelled Out. I'm your host, Josh Chapman, and today we're bringing in old friends for Star Wars news. When Star Wars news hits, you bring in old friends, and we're bringing our buddy just chilling, just crafting the best mod in the game. You know, I'm always working, always chilling, always shilling. Shawn Hoffman, how's it going, buddy?
Oh, it's going super well, man. I'm happy to be back on. It's Star Wars season, like you said, and I'm getting excited. I've been excited for Star Wars, but like the
I've never been
excitement's
excited for
getting
Star
it.
Wars.
No, it's like we're getting close again, and I'm feeling it. Like I'm like, yes, we have new Star Wars coming up and like tangible things. So I'm happy. This is like a part of it as well. So I'm happy to be on a pod, and rocking and rolling, man.
On the roll in. Well, we were that, you know, we were together not that long ago. It feels like a lifetime ago, Japan, but it wasn't actually that
Yeah.
long ago. It feels like it happened years ago, and it was less than 6 months ago.
Yeah, I mean, time flies. Like it feels like so long ago, but it feels like yesterday. Uh, but a lot's happened since then, and like we're different people now, and it's time to catch up.
Once you've been to Japan, I mean, we've both been to Japan multiple times, but people, you know, it changes people. Like it's literally like I've seen on like Instagram posts of people I follow, people that we know, who still go on about Japan. Like I know who went on their first trip. Someone like our first Jess Schrader, who's just like, "Oh, Japan
Yeah,
literally changed me. I am a changed person since I went to Japan." And I think it did. I think it was just a hell of a trip, really.
yeah, and I like seeing her posts, and especially like her son's post or like his comments about it and missing it. It's like, oh, that just makes my trip even better because
Yep.
we got to be a part of it. So yeah, it was an awesome trip.
Yeah, my girls talk about it a fair bit, and like they've been badgering me for a pet, which they always do, and it's been escalating lately. And the excuse is always like, "Well, if we have a pet, like we can't. What are we going to do with it? We want to go on holidays." And the most like, "What if we want to go back to Japan? We can't take the pet on to Japan." Like, oh, okay, all right. So that's the leverage. The leverage at the moment. It's like, well, we'd rather go back to Japan than have a pet.
Well, what kind of pet are they wanting? Do they know
Well,
like what type of pet?
Well, it kind of starts at dog and then goes down to cat and then goes down to rabbit and then goes down to
Mm.
hamster and then goes down to guinea pig and then goes down to mouse and then goes down to fish. So there's sort of a sliding scale of, you know,
Yeah, they're
they
they're work they're working you from all angles right
oh
now.
yeah,
So
sorry,
it's
and above dog is horse as well. So
oh
yeah,
yeah, that's you can shoot for the stars, you know.
yeah, why not? Yeah, which can just live in our backyard and drink out of the pool apparently.
That would be cool, but
Yeah.
hey, dream big. I think that's what they
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, and then I'll be selling glue or horse meat or something in a few months when the horse mysteriously dies from drinking chlorinated pool water.
It's like we weren't really sure what to feed it or water it with. I don't know. No, not chlorinated water. That's for sure.
No,
But
no, definitely
I
not.
well, I wish them luck for the quest for a pet. I think that's maybe we'll get Catherine involved, and maybe we'll kind of you'll get it from all
Imagine
angles. So
ideas in there. Yeah, look, I don't get me wrong, I like pets. It's just the
it's
we don't have
it's a
any.
hassle.
Yeah, we don't have the pet support. We don't have like my parents don't live in town. Kat's parents aren't pet people at all. So it's just like they would not be
Yeah.
interested in being like, hey, can you look after the dog for a few weeks?
Mm.
And even if we went down to their beach house, like no dogs down there. Like, all right, well that doesn't help either.
Yeah.
So logistics, but
Yeah.
yeah,
That
we
makes
had a lot
sense.
of friends, a lot of mates got lockdown because we went through all the lockdowns here. A lot of mates got lockdown dogs and their families, and
Yep.
they're kind of doing all the heavy lifting off the back of that.
Yep. We have two COVID cats. I'm a dog person. Madison's a cat person. So we compromised and got two cats. Um, and so yeah, that was
Two cats
this
tied
started out
together
as
equals one dog.
yep. It's so they were COVID foster cats that I did not know were suddenly adopted, and so that's a whole different story. But yeah, we the moral of that story is we have COVID cats too, and it is tough to go travel with. It's like I think cats are maybe sometimes easier than dogs. Sometimes dogs
Yep.
are easier, but yeah, you got to have that support system.
Yeah. So we're not quite there yet. So we'll see. I'll get the update. The updates will come through, but we'll see. So long story short, if you want to go to Japan, you can't have it. If you want to go back to Japan, you can't have a dog. But we'll roll that on. Yeah, maybe we should have got a dog in Japan. They were in another, those little fluffy sort of
The Shiba Inus.
yeah. See if those around. So like you said, Star Wars stuff is happening. Well, it's like there's a big thing of like stuff that's happening, stuff that's not happening, stuff we never dreamt about happening. Visions season 3. We'll quickly touch on that. I think we'll come back and we'll do it. We'll get into a week or two when it comes out and stuff like that. Did you go to the Visions panel? I'm just trying to remember. Were you in there?
I did. That is the one panel that I got to go to the main stage.
In the big room. Yep.
Because Madison was there and she obviously had her new knee, and she got to be in the accessible line.
Oh,
because we didn't have tickets, because we didn't get tickets or anything. So we went to the accessible line and we were like front and center. And so I'm like, this worked out perfectly. She'd never been to Celebration, and the one panel that she went to was on the main stage, front and center, like easy peasy.
Hang on.
It was awesome.
Could you go to accessible line without a ticket? Or did you go as a +1? Or is it just they've got an allocated area for accessibility, and if they don't fill it, they just let you in?
We were in the accessible overflow. So there's like the 4 lines. But they still do like, because you remember how it was. It's like only like a third of the room was full, like with tickets, like actual like reservations, and so it'd go accessible, reservation, and then other accessible, and so like there was nobody. There was Visions. It's not like it was like Mando and Grogu or anything. We got right on in, and it was.
You're just side-eyeing a person on crutches or something like that, going, well, if we all have to hobble over there to get these seats, we'll do it.
I'll start knocking chairs out of the way. It's like we're not staying on the edge. We're getting through the middle. But that was really cool. So all that to say, yes, I was at the Visions panel.
Did they show? For some reason, I thought I was in that panel, but I don't think I was. Did they show one of the short? I think I was in Visions in London. I was, because I saw the Aardman animation. Did they show one of them from start to finish?
They did. No, they did not show one from start to finish. They did like interviews with most of the creators, and they did a lot of behind the scenes sketchbook looks and high details and all that stuff. And they gave out a pin and a bunch of other stuff. And then that's when they announced like I don't know if I hesitate to call it like a series, like a limited series, and they announced all that other stuff. But it was pretty cool. It got me really excited for it, seeing all the behind the scenes, like specifically like the AT-ATs with like the pagodas and stuff on them, and that's like in like the Japanese style. But yeah, no full short though.
Yep. So cool. Yep, can't wait. So we'll dig into that when we get closer to, but like we can't. I mean, the whole reason we've come on today, as opposed to that we actually just need to get content out every now and then, is that if you told me this, like if I didn't know that this was a real thing, and you just told me that Adam Driver was tried to make a Ben Solo movie, I would have told you were crazy.
Yeah, I would have dismissed you outright. I'd have been like, sure, okay, next. Scroll, keep scrolling.
Don't you know he hates Star Wars? And I don't even think that's true, but I guess it was just everybody just assumed with Adam Driver that he kind of just tolerated it rather than really enjoyed being in it. But I don't know whether even that's fair. Like maybe I'm just reliving history in my head. Like I guess because he just like he doesn't do celebrations and conventions and all that kind of stuff, which is fair enough. But like maybe we've just been wrong. Well, we've just been wrong all along, just thinking that he would be like, and never want to do it again.
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of both. I think there's a mixture of like there was all the things that like the fandom was maybe projecting onto him, but I think there's also an element of like, I mean, he does some pretty prestigious, like he kind of picks the artsier films, and he's like he did that TED Talk where he's like he's of a high, his brain's like operating at a little bit higher caliber than I think. Like so, I think you could put those two together fairly and maybe a little unfairly. But I think it shocked me too of like, oh yeah, I think he kind of tolerated it by the end, maybe whatever. But then to hear this, it's just like, I would have dismissed it, but now it's like, oh, dang, that's actually pretty surprising. But
Yeah,
cool. None.
but so it's just yeah. So for context, to stick a flag, and if you don't even know, but basically he was. I don't know. I don't have the article with me here, but he was in an interview or something came out, and he just sort of dropped it. I don't think, and it wasn't as if there was rumors swirling around or somebody had seen some weird. You know how you do trademark hunting, Sean. You know you love a bit of that, but there wasn't like all of a
Yep.
sudden someone had trademarked the hunt for Ben Solo underpants or something like that. There's a
Yeah.
there's a tie-in. There's a tie-in that's being left on the floor. But he just sort of casually said that he'd pitched him and Steven Soderbergh, another sort of
Mhm.
auteur, had written and pitched a Ben Solo movie to Disney or to Lucasfilm first, who loved it, and then they took it up the chain to Bobby Iger, who kind of just crossed his arms and went like, "I don't get it. Isn't he already dead? Nah, mate. That's not going to happen." That's just wild.
Yeah. Like to your point, like there wasn't even like a rumor. There wasn't like it was just an article and like you got the scoop, the detail and like the aftermath all from a single source, like all at
Yeah,
once. Like we didn't even have
like
we weren't even like there was no time for things to swirl around. It's just like it just dropped on you. It's like, well, dang.
yeah, they just
Like I
reported it
guess
like
it's true.
he didn't get his pizza delivered or something. It's just like, oh,
Yeah.
that time where I ordered a pizza and didn't turn up, and then I got it was a really disappointing time. I didn't get my pizza. It was
Yeah.
just so many questions. Like you said, it just flew in the face of like what we thought we knew about. I think it was like again that misconception that he was over it by the end and all that kind of stuff like that. I don't even know it's so much that, but I guess he's not a guy who would look backwards, as in like I've
Mhm.
done that. I've done the big
Yeah.
blockbuster, and that also gives me the luxury where I can kind of do anything I want to do now. I don't, I've got a nice house and all that kind of business, and there would be no reason for me to ever to go back to that unless he really he had a great idea and he loved the character,
Yeah.
and just why not do it, Sean? Why?
Yeah. That's like I was in the same boat. I'm like, oh, he's going on to do Megalopolis and
Have you
things
watched
like that
Megalopolis?
now. I saw it in theaters.
Oh,
That's
really?
a
Holy
that's a
moly.
that's a whole podcast that we can
I have
go
seen
down
it.
that
I
rabbit
have
hole.
seen it, but
Woo!
I have watched it, but I literally just watched it on my laptop, like kind of watching it and checking in, checking out, going, but in the theater, that's commitment.
I was fascinated by it. Like I saw it pretty early too. Like before
The memes.
before fan rumors, like before fan reviews came out. Like I think I saw it second or third day when the critics were like, "This is weird." And my response like halfway through the movie is like, I think I'm too dumb for this. Like, I don't I don't know if I know enough about film to truly understand what is going on. And
Yeah.
the guy next, it was like me and another guy. He sat like two away from me. He looks at me. He's like, "Did we miss something?" I'm like, "I feel like I blacked out halfway through the movie, and I missed something."
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
grown on me more, and I like listening to other people talk about it, like
You've gone
film
back have you gone
people.
back and rewatched it?
No, I don't have that kind of
I
time.
think it's grown on
No,
you, like,
no,
you carve out
no.
another 3 hours from Megalopolis.
No, I'll listen to a 20-minute review from some film critic and see what they have to say, but I'm not going back to that. No,
I
no,
mean, I
thank you.
like the idea that I love the idea that he had this idea that he just stuck to his guns and he's like, I'm just going to sell my vineyard and fund it myself. And even though it's my money, I'm just going to irresponsibly spend it in a way and shoot this in a way and make it in a way that doesn't make any economic sense. But I'm going to do it exactly the way I want. And basically, the movie's about a guy who's a genius who has a great idea for a big project, and people can't see his genius. And I love all the madness of it because they're always the most interesting things, the mad productions and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. But at the same time, it's such a weird movie. It's
There's
wild.
that episode. There's that episode of Going Rogue, that podcast where they talk about it that I thought was really good. It kind of I was never like super critical of it. I was just like, I just don't get it. Like I'm like whatever. But I think that was really good to have the behind the scenes of like trying to figure out what he was trying to do, like
Hmm.
peeling away of like why maybe it turned out the way it did. I don't want to butcher it because she like that podcast is amazing. Uh,
Because
so,
it's not
but
like watching The Room or something where you're watching an amateur trying to
mhm.
reach above his station. Like, it's a guy who knows how to make films and do stuff, which makes it even more interesting because it's sort of that complete, control, complete single-minded, bloodied vision where there is absolutely no compromise whatsoever, which makes it fascinating. But yeah, sort of wheeling back around to Ben Solo, I like, just make it for like $50 million or something. Like, I don't get it. Like, I because the funny thing is, it's like, well, all right, if it seems that Lucasfilm are happy with it, apparently the story goes that Lucasfilm were like, yeah, cool. I mean, we can't believe Adam Driver walked in here and wanted to make another Star Wars. Like, we thought that would never happen.
Yeah.
Great. Let's just let's go up to Bobby I and the money man to approve the budget. So that means from a story point of view, they weren't going, oh, well, like, we've got a Rey movie coming out and we've got this Starfighter thing, and like, you coming back into this is going to throw a monkey wrench in our whole operation and as far as the story you want to tell, and we can't do that because it's just going to, if he was kind of going, this story is going to completely muck up everything else. So it's not that. So if it's just that Bobby Iger didn't think that Ben Stiller could come back, or I kind of feel like if you do that, you lose him now. Like, I don't think he'll come back for anything else now.
I definitely agree with the second part. It's like, it was like, we know that there's always like 10 sides to every conversation and deal. And like, I've never dealt with deals that were this big in my life.
You've never had to deal with a $200 million movie deal before?
So I'm sure there was more to it than Bobby I. Like, I am not a Bobby I defender by any means. So let me just start with that.
But I don't think it was literally just like he went, well, isn't he dead? The meeting over. Like, I don't think.
I'm sure that's more of a, like, the short form version of like, okay, I've gone round and round with this. Like, at first I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to deal with this. Like, I don't care. Like, it's not happening. Who cares? Then it's like, all right, now I got to be my fly on the wall and be like, okay, what actually happened? When did this take place? What was like the temperature in the room at that time? Okay, was this when like Mando and Grogu was like hot and like the Disney Plus stuff was still like the thing before everybody realizes like, hey, we can't keep making money off this. Like, there's no more pie for all of us to share. And so maybe things are different now. And also, The Rise of Skywalker was received pretty poorly. Okay, am I just rationalizing this decision because I want a Ben Solo movie?
Yeah. Or do we burn, $500 million bringing Indiana Jones back? That didn't really work.
Well, that was the interesting part about it too, because he did mention in that article, he's like, he wanted to do it affordably and like scrappy and like small production. It's like, well, I want to know more about that part, because you seemed concerned about the money from the beginning, and you've thought about it from a cost standpoint, trying to keep the cost down. So it's like, please, I want more information on that. I don't care about the story. I do care about the story, but like, why would you mention that in the article and in this story? It's like that intrigues me. Of all the things that were said,
Star Wars on it, anything with Star Wars on it will make $100 million at its absolute worst. Maybe like Clone Wars cartoon, but if you kind of went, we can make this for $50 million. Like, I feel like that movie that was it the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme movie that Warner Brothers tried to shelve or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then they managed. But then the company bought it. I think it was like $40 million or $45 million. They ended up selling it for. Like, they kind of got the money. So some companies paid that much money for it. You're telling me that you can't make a Star Wars movie for the same amount of money as Wile E. Coyote versus Acme, and you're not going to see a return on it? It just seems wild to me. And then you've got Adam Driver in your pocket, happy. Not in your pocket. You'll never have Adam Driver in your pocket, mate.
He's in the room. He's in the room with you.
He's in the room. Yeah, and
you've already kind of go. He's already got a Rey
trilogy, and we want to Hayden Christensen you. We want to periodically bring you in for things, and as you warm back up to us over the years, I don't know.
I'll take it a step further. I mean, I'll go scorched earth real quick and just say, I think they're afraid to take risks on storytelling, because personally, I wouldn't even care if it's just a whole movie or a series about Ben Solo in purgatory and just the wacky Star Wars things that happen in the world between worlds, or he's not even like, we don't have to worry about super special effects because he's just dealing with the
He's just green
repercussions.
screened in front of other movies, just sort of in the
Yeah,
front, Forrest Gump
it's like
style.
it's a Star Wars version of the Marriage Story, but he's dealing with his own problems and struggling with his past, so then he can get the closure to become a Force Ghost. I don't know, I don't care, but I'd still go see it. And it doesn't even have to be canon. It's like you wouldn't just work with them a little bit to be like, well, what if we just call it like a Star Wars? I don't know. Like it's an
Story.
anthology, but like less,
Star
like a
Wars.
story.
They've
But
already
like
got a Star Wars story. They've got this. They've already done that. You know, like it's
they're just so
they,
rigid. And it just bugs me. It's like, well, everything has to be $1 billion, whatever. Like scale
well,
it
that's the
back
thing.
and
Like
just
you
let them
said
do
that
it.
they had that hot moment where streaming was hot, and then they were kind of going, all right, well we're gonna do some different shows there. We're gonna take some risks with Andor and the Acolyte. We're also gonna do some sort of skeleton crew. We're gonna do some safer stuff. We're gonna make some risks. Varying levels of success. Okay, we've kind of squeezed almost as much juice out of we possibly can out of that now. We've got to pivot back to movies. We've got to start making $1 billion on our movies and stuff now. We've got to call Ryan Gosling, and we've got to actually, speaking of Ryan Gosling, I put some tweet on about whatever, back in the other day, whatever we call Blue Sky note about the Ben Solo thing. And I got a reply from somebody, which I thought was really interesting. I'll see if I can very quickly find it here in my notifications.
I think they used to be called Bleats, like BLEET, but then I think they call them Skeets now, like
Skeet.
SKEET. Good.
So it basically just said, that was just weird that Adam Driver wanted to come up, blah, 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 blah. And it was also an interesting point that basically, he probably got through the most unscathed out of the backlash in general when the sequels, as opposed to everybody else who was involved in the movie at one stage or another. No one really went after Adam Driver. But somebody wrote back and said, IMHO, which is that in my honest opinion, putting well-known actors in Star Wars roles is what ruined the franchise for me. And I just thought that's really interesting. And I nearly wrote back, and I had to restrain myself. And I nearly wrote back, "Oh, you mean like Alec Guinness?"
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because I was kind of thinking back of who are the most famous people who've been put into Star Wars stuff, and there's not Ryan Gosling is the biggest star who's been put into a Star Wars movie who didn't get famous because they were in Star Wars. Obviously Harrison Ford, but he got famous off the back of being in Star Wars. But as far as going, we're going to get a famous person to ride this movie, I think he's the most famous. I think the second most famous person who's been in a Star Wars movie is probably Woody Harrelson.
Yeah. I mean it's fair, and I think there's what's his name? Jude Law. He's in Skeleton Crew, and you.
That's true. I'll pay that. Liam Neeson was pretty famous.
Like Samuel L. Jackson, the prequels were kind of littered, they kind of had him littered throughout.
Especially if you're in Australia, we had a bunch of actors from Australia in there. Rose Byrne was in there, and
it's like going to the grocery store for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It's just all these soap stars. Graham Blundell, who was Melvin, son of Alvin. Look that up.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna look that up. In terms of the tweet, not a tweet, I get that people are gonna say the most extreme, just matter of fact things.
It was dead
on
me
the internet
because of that thing. Yeah,
yeah. It's I'll be honest. I have been not saying that out loud for years now. but not that strongly. But I just wish they would go back to have all the core actors be unknown, the main cast. Yada yada yada. But I think Ryan Gosling is I've changed that over the recent time. I'm I think they need it. I think they need a Ryan Gosling win. I don't think Star Wars is different, just like it changed when the prequels came out, just like it changed when the sequels, just like it changed when we had streaming. It's constantly evolving, and I don't think we're not going to go back to how it was if that's what you want. It's always changing, and I think the Ryan Gosling big win is what we need right now to get the money, get the funding, to get the people in the movie theater, to get whatever. It's as much as I wish it'd just be no-name actors so I could completely sit in the seat and disassociate and escape reality. instead of being like, that's Ken. Is he going to break out in song or like what? Like, but
Do you
that's just
think his
me. That's
last
just
name is going to be Starfighter? Do you think that's the twist?
no. I don't. I don't
Do you
like
do you believe all the Amy Adams stuff?
if I'll be honest with you, if she's Mary Jade, I'm gonna walk out. I will walk out of the movie theater. Like I'm.
I like the idea. The thing is, the thing is I like about that. And the rumor, like this is a rumor. It's nothing has been confirmed, but there is a rumor that Amy Adams is playing Mara Jade. And if you don't know who Mara Jade is, there's some books that you can read about her. A lot of people like her. The thing that I like about that, if it is true, and I'm not a fan of it either, but if it is true, one, you've got a very good actor doing it. She's not just playing a generic mum. She's actually got some teeth in it. She's actually age appropriate at the thing, and she's not going to be sexy catsuit Mara Jade. She's actually going to be age appropriate mum Mara Jade, which I quite like. So it's all these people who've got bonus for Mara Jade won't be getting sexy catsuit lightsaber Mara Jade. It'll be more. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll see. But I think they can't help themselves. I think it is going to be Mara Jade. I think that is going to be Luke Skywalker's kid. I think this is them launching off the back of a new Star Wars saga that's going to roll into the Rey. Like, I think this is a covert. This is how we roll in. I think they're going to do it. They're like, how do we bring them back? We bring in another. This Skywalker saga ain't dead, son.
I
This is
could see that happening.
Skywalker Junior.
Do you know the thing that's the most upsetting about that for me personally? Like, and I try to keep it positive. You know how I am. The thing that is most upsetting about that is that if they introduce Mara Jade as who she part of who she was, and that her kid is a Skywalker, then that completely wipes Rey off the map. Like she is, like it's not about her anymore. Then we're back to Skywalkers just flying in out of left field. We're like, guess what? There's more. We got more of them. And it's just like
I agree.
Rey gets pushed aside. It's like, I want Rey to have like, I think they could do some really intelligent storytelling there of just being like, but that'll just be like, burp. And if the Katsu stuff is like, that's when I walk out, be like, it's Mara Jade and she's got red hair and here's a moon to crush Chewbacca. And it's like, no.
Or it's it's almost like a Shmi Skywalker situation.
Mm.
There was no father. Like they do that, they bring that back again. Like I don't know, or it's just some kid. Like, and she's just a lady who needs her kid looked after. Like it's pretty clear that the kid needs to be. Is probably force sensitive, but it needs to be taken somewhere. I don't know what state the galaxy's in all of a sudden where you can't just be force sensitive out and proud. But yeah, I don't think it's as standalone as they're kind of saying it is.
Oh, I think I agree with that 1,000,000,000%. I think there is. I think they are trying to play coy right now, and I think that's also why we're not getting any information about it. I think it's just like, it's Ryan Gosling. Look, shiny, 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 shiny. Like,
look at those abs.
Don't ask us anything else about it, because I do think it's going to be very heavily connected. I mean, if you zoom out, like with the ending of the High Republic, like the books, not to go into books and all that stuff, but you do notice that there's just like weird like scent smells and senses that you get of like, okay, they got that Jaws of Jakku book, which is kind of in between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. They got the new Finn and Janna book. Okay. Yep. And so like we're kind of kicking off the Sarah. It's like, oh, they're ramping up. Like they do have
they're laying the seeds. Yeah.
They may not have a complete plan, but there's nothing Star Wars does better than initial marketing for like a new launch. Like they're unstoppable.
I mean, I'd like to think that they've been bunkering down in the last 3-4 years and going, all right, we got burnt by not planning this thing out long enough. We had a general kind of plan. We handed it over and we, went through 3 or 4 different hands, 4 or 5 different hands. And now we're gonna, and like talking about the High Republic, we had a dedicated story group of a bunch of 10 writers and it all was cohesive and, we could get a story from start to finish and roll all these books out and do it. And I think that's I think that they've taken that approach. There's a room somewhere in Lucasfilm with a big whiteboard and some timelines on it, but and that'll obviously, the goalposts move. They always move slightly, but I think there'll be a little bit more cohesion on there. So does that, rolling back around to Ben Solo, does Adam Driver walking into Lucasfilm throw a monkey wrench in that? I don't think so.
They're like, no, we have a plan. Get out of here.
Get out of here, you idiot!
You're not
dumb
part
idiot!
of it.
You dumb Adam Driver.
We learned how to wrangle 80 perpetually online writers to create the High Republic. We made that work, and now we've got like 6 producers. We've managed to do the same thing with them, and you're not about to come in here and mess this all up. I need you to not talk about this and leave. And then he walks out and talks about it 2 years later. But
so was it 2 years later? Why is it coming up now? This is the weirdness. Is his Disney contract finally expired? Is there more to this?
I mean, he did say in that article, he's like, "Oh, I can finally talk about it," because it's like, it sounds like it's officially dead. Like, maybe the officially dead part was, "Hey, we have a plan for
we know
10,
what we're
11,
doing
12, and it does not involve you with whatever this is, as much as people want it." Like, and maybe that's the thing of like, Disney's just like, "Hey, that's cool. You're coming to us with a script and like an idea, but we have more ideas and more scripts that are further along than this, and that will just derail this. We learned from Solo in the middle of the sequel trilogy. We can't be doing like weird side stuff that doesn't follow this plan."
But now enjoy The Mandalorian and Grogu. And then we're going to jump forward, and then we're going to jump back to the end of to Dave Filoni's movie anyway. But now it's put a monkey wrench in it anyway. Like, it's just, this isn't going away. Like, Celebration in 2 years' time, there's going to be Hunt for Ben Solo knockoff T-shirts that people are wearing. There's just going to be continual. They're going to have to wear these questions from now until, you've got those Reylos. They ain't quitting. They got a fire in their belly.
Well, if you look at the discourse online, it's like people are upset that we're not getting this, but they're not like mad. So it's almost like it's like, this is like almost good publicity, and I hate to admit it, but it's like, it honestly has me excited. It's helping me get excited for Star Wars. I'm like, it's got my gears turning again. Besides Visions, it's like, well, what would they have done? It's like, well, I'm not mad like people were mad about literally everything that's happened in the past, but it's like, dang, this is almost like you almost put your conspiracy hat on and be like, this seems eerily timed, and it's making me excited about Star Wars. This is some very good marketing. How's this working?
Well, this is the thing also. It's like, is the machine, I don't know. What does this movie look like? How do you, like you said, is it just Ben Solo disappears and he goes through a cosmic adventure through time? Or, I mean, I made the joke that, because they were doing that Force thing where they were, they could change the lightsabers into different hands, that maybe he just, Force projected into the next room over and didn't actually die. He just got moved. He just sort of wakes up in the next room. He's like, oh, it's like, did I miss it? What did I miss? Like, is it all over?
But I feel like there's like a million movies that have done that story of like, oh, someone's lost, or like they're in the afterlife or purgatory, and it's like, and they got to do like what's like Dante's Inferno or whatever. It's like, I got to get out. I want to go back to where I came from. Like, I don't belong here. Like
Bill and
that's
Ted's
like my
Bogus
initial.
Journey.
Yeah, it's like, what is that? All dogs go to heaven.
Hello, Red's Bogus Journey. Ben Solo's Bogus
like,
Journey.
well, because everybody was saying, it's like, well, he was never a Force ghost, so like,
yeah,
where is he? Like, maybe Ahsoka pulled him into the world between worlds, and he's gonna pop out and he's gonna ride a Pergolin and be like, "Ray, I'm back." That'd be.
The thing is also is like, if you I guess it's also like, if you're bringing him back, are you bringing him back just to get rid of him again? Like, I guess they might also be going like, hey, if we're only getting Adam Driver for one thing, and then all of a sudden we have to deal with the fact he's not around on these 10 years of movies that we've got coming up, is that more of a pain in the ass to deal with? Because all of a sudden, like you said, you've got a bunch of Ray movies, and it's like, well, where's Ben Solo now? Like, is he's either alive or he's dead, or even if he's not a ghost, it's just like, well, if he's just if he's not a ghost at the end of Rise Sky, well, we don't have to answer any questions about where he is because he's
Yeah.
nowhere. We have a movie where
Well,
he's
because
either alive or he's a ghost or he's doing something else. Then potentially he's going to turn up in other stuff.
well, I mean, it does make sense if you think about it. It's like keep taking that pawn off the board and keeping it off the board is a smart move, because as much as we all want him to be around and to like learn what he does, like there is the question of like kind of like if Darth Vader had survived Return of the Jedi, it's like, hey, you did do a lot of like really bad stuff, like not kind of
He's
bad, not
in
like,
his
oh,
white suit.
whatever. Yeah, like
Can
the
you
Lego
get
white
him in the
suit. It's
white
like you can't just. It's like the only
turn
thing
up
Ben
like
Solo
everything
can
did.
really do is just like go be a hermit somewhere and like atone for his like genocide and other things that he did. I don't like. So I think that just complicates it, and like, and plus you that too would kind of diminish Ray if like she had to constantly be like, I'm Ray and this has Ben Solo. He's good now. Don't worry about any of that other stuff. He's
Really,
changed and we all forgive him.
really, don't worry.
Like,
Yeah.
look, see, he doesn't have
Like,
the mask
we don't
anymore.
want
Like,
it. We know you like him, Ray, but we don't want him in our house. Can you just not bring him over?
yeah,
Like, I
he
get it that
wears
you
light
guys are
colored
cool.
clothes now.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's just, can you just like just ask him to wait out the front? Like, we'll just don't bring him in. He scares the kids. Don't like him. He's um and also, if you've got this other Starfighter movie, you've got Mia Goth and Matt Frost, not Matt Frost. Hello, Matt. If you're listening, Matt Smith being the baddies, like it's almost detrimental to have another baddie, like a popular big baddie hovering around while you're trying to sell new baddies as well, which does also sort of seem a bit weird. Oh, look, I don't know. I mean, I like and then apparently David Fincher came out and said that he had a movie, he made a pitch as well, and he had a movie that got turned down.
What I need from all of this, what I've learned over the years is I need somebody in the industry who just like knows how all of it works to come to like to sit down in front of me or in front of somebody else and be like, hey, is this like, this is normal, right? Like there's tons of pitch. 'Cause that's what I think in my head. I'm like, yeah, this is just, everybody's like, oh my God, all these things we didn't get. It's like, is this normal in Hollywood? There's just like a billion scripts and proposals just going around all the time and things are just constantly getting shut down. And like, we just don't know about it. And so we don't know what we don't get. Like how many Transformers movies or Supermans or crazy action movies. Like, is this just the normal thing that happens, or is Star Wars special? Like that we just have so much insight and behind the scenes looks, and they just for some reason announce so much stuff a lot of times that it just feels like it's just this chasm of chaos.
Yeah, did they just go to everybody post Rise of Skywalker and they just threw it out and said, if you've got some ideas, we've got to work out what we're doing in the next decade of this thing. So give us your best shot. You can all come in and you can all pitch, and we'll cherry pick the best thing. I heard Kevin Smith on a podcast recently. He was talking about some like Rocky and Bullwinkle thing or something he's doing. He's really into Rocky and Bullwinkle. But he was just talking about like the pitch process. And he goes, I think there's literally, I think probably 5 to 8% of the stuff that I've pitched has ever been made. Stuff that I've written and pitched stuff as well. And that you kind of go, lots of people like his stuff, and it feels like he's always making things. But then at the same time, it's like, oh, there's 90% of stuff that's just never gotten off the ground. That's never, So I suppose it is, no matter how much juice you've got. And David Fincher is a bigger name than Kevin Smith, and Steven Soderbergh is a big name as well. And they're still just going, yeah, we went in there, we did that, and it just didn't come off. That's the nature of the game.
Yeah, it's not like you have the ability to just do it yourself because of IP. Like anything outside of creative works and stuff, it's like if I have an idea and I take it to my company and I'm like, can I build this? And they're like, no, not right now. I could just go do it myself in theory.
Yep.
Like, but they can't, because it's like, hey, the one person who can approve this, can I do this? No. It's like, well, that's now dead.
That.
And
yeah.
like,
And the
What about
Zack Snyder, and
tomorrow?
you're like, "Well, I'll just change some names, and I'll just call it
Yeah.
Rebel Moon," and then then everybody will go, "Well, it's probably the best that didn't have Star Wars at the front of it," but, yeah. Oh, look, there's a box full of them somewhere, you know?
I'd love to just
It
like I wish the rest of the fandom could be like chill enough that like just show us what you got. I'd love to read it. I'd love to just see a partial thing. I won't take it too seriously. I won't flame the internet. I just love to see what I like to kind of see that stuff. It's like what
well,
do you
that
have
was
in
what's
mind?
his face did. Bloody was it Colin Trevorrow or whatever when Rise of Skywalker came out? He's just like, "Here's the script that I did," expecting everybody to go, "Oh my god, that's what it should have been." People were like, "Yeah, this isn't that great either, really."
Yeah.
Like, well, we didn't
Yeah.
really love Live of Skywalker, but this wasn't great either, and I
I'm
can
glad we
see
got
why
it.
they didn't make your movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm glad we got it. I
But he
looked
just
at it and I
he
read it and I
he
was
just
like,
leaked it.
neat. And I put it in a folder and walked away. It's like, I'm glad I got it. Not take it or leave it. But
Yeah, and then somebody can, make a dodgy looking comic out of it. I mean, that's this thing also, like people with AI and stuff now, they'll like I don't sort of weigh that stuff, but there's probably somebody working on their AI, Duel of the Fates or whatever that movie was called, that Colin Trevorrow version thing. There'll be all of that.
there's definitely a handful of people who've waded into that water and are slowly realizing that this is going to cost as much as a real movie if I keep trying to get AI to make a full length movie from a script. Like this is going to be rough.
Yeah, to put it on YouTube that won't be monetized, and people to go, yeah, that's kind of dumb, I guess. But thanks,
Yeah.
thanks for spending all that money in 2 years of your life. Yeah, I don't know. It's just fascinating to me. I just like, who else has gone in? Like I know they talked. Ewan McGregor talked for years about trying to get an Obi-Wan thing off the ground. Again, it always seems like he was always keen to come back, though. It's just the weird. It'd be like Alec Guinness trying to pitch himself back into Star Wars. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like if Alec Guinness, who was, I don't know what year Alec Guinness died, probably late 90s or something like that. If he was just like, oh, I spent all the 90s, early 90s trying to pitch George Lucas on an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, where I play a younger Obi-Wan Kenobi with a wig on or something like that. And I'm like, wow, you really, Alec? Like you've just done nothing but show disdain for Star Wars.
It's like, what if I do a musical and I have a wife and kids and then I explain what happened to him, but we all live in the middle of the Tatooine desert and we never leave. Like,
Yeah.
no, we're not gonna. No, we're not gonna do that. like we're gonna not.
It's like when they made Batman in 1989, and Adam West was pitching for himself to be Batman in the Batman movie. Like I think you probably passed your prime a little bit here, Adam. We love you. This isn't quite what we're going for here.
Hey, the worst they can say is no. So
yeah,
in your
yeah.
in your same position you were before you asked. So
I think that would be people got to go. If I was running Lucasfilm, I would greenlight the Boba Fett movie, or I would do this and I would do that. I'm like, I think if I was running Lucasfilm, the first thing I would do is show me the box of crazy pictures. Like, I want to go through the database, give me the list of everybody who's been through what they pitched. And if there's a script, I want to read the script, and I want to see all of that. I want to see what might have been folders.
So it's like I feel like that'd be fun for the first week, but then it just reminds me of I don't know if you've ever had to hire people for your team or just hire people in general. And it's like, here's 200 resumes. It's like, yeah, but 180 of them are garbage. And I'm pretty sure a robot made these. Do I have to read them? It's like, well, you kind of do. It's like, I don't. Can somebody just find the good ones and then I look at those, the ones that are interesting? Can somebody pre-read all the garbage and they give me the good stories? Then I'll pick the good one.
But I guess do you think there probably wouldn't have been pictures, because I guess before it was all Uncle George, so no one was pitching to Uncle George because it was him. He would basically decide what would be made, I guess. But
I bet he still got
I don't know.
I bet he was still getting, but I bet he had.
Well, I guess
he didn't have the routine of yeah, I'll read that. I'm sure he was like, yeah, I'm not going to read that.
Yeah. But I don't know how many people. Well, I guess they did Caravan of Courage and Droids, and there are stuff where people must have come to him and said, we want to do stuff. But, I think it's different to, like, I think Disney was literally just like, get out the Rolodex and put the word out that Lucasfilm needs ideas, and we want to hear what you're doing, and we want to hear some ideas, and, like, come on through. And whether that was the case, whether that was like Steven Soderbergh was on that list and he had Adam Driver's ear, or whether it was literally the other way around, or I want to know, did Adam Driver just seek him out? Has he just been quietly thinking about this for years? Has he been like typing away at night going, I can't come to bed right now, I'm working on my Star Wars script?
I don't know
he's just
how
like every
Hollywood
other sad 40-year-old
other.
Star Wars fan. He's just like, he's got his own Star Wars fan fiction like the rest of us.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how Hollywood people like interact or go about their day to day. Like, how busy are they? Like, in between movies, does Adam Driver just have like a bunch of time doing nothing? He's like, you know what I want to do? I want to write a Ben Solo script. I'm going to call up. I'm going to flip through my phone of contacts. I'm like, who do I want to call? Like, I don't know how any of that works. Like, does everybody just know each other and be like, you just get over drinks and be like, hey, what do you think about writing a movie? It's like, I was thinking the same thing. We should, I don't know, pull up a table at a coffee shop, and we should get a co-working space and just knock it out, or go sit in our leather study and, I don't know, do Hollywood people things.
And maybe it was off the back of, maybe it was on the set of Megalopolis. Maybe he got inspired by Megalopolis. He's like, you know what? I'm seeing this crazy auteur burn through his money to do the thing that he really wants to do. And he's like, because if that was me, like, what would I want to do? And he's like, actually, I want to be Ben Solo again. And this is what I want to do. I want to do a movie where Ben Solo wants to rebuild a city. And
Ben Solowopolis.
Ben Solowopolis.
It's like all of a sudden
this thing writes itself.
Crazy. Yeah. Oh man. Like,
get my money people on the line.
It's a good thing I can't draw, because I have things in my head that need to be cartoons, but they're just going to stay there, because I can do a storyboard of the whole. It's like Spaceballs, but it's Ben Solo doing Megalopolis.
Even even Adam Driver pitching something seems wild to me. Where he's just in a room like, okay. Picture this. Ben Solo is back. Like, even that seems, which is weird, because, like, I've seen him, do comedy and all this sort of stuff and be animated and things. I don't know. It just feels so against type.
Yeah. Like, I picture Adam Driver as, no matter what room he's in, he's like the coolest person. And like, he doesn't need anybody's approval. So it's like, hey, I'm going to pitch this. It's like, no, you've already lost me, because I don't see Adam Driver being like asking for approval. Needy? It's just kind of like
neat,
like that desire. It's like Disney coming in and be like, hey, do you have an idea for Ben Solo? He's like, as a matter of fact, I do. Like, that's how the pitch would go in my head. I was never going to go to you, but since you asked, I have it. Here you go. And they're like, this is fantastic. Let's make it.
It just feels like such a role reversal. You would always feel like it would be the other way around. They would be knocking on his door, going, please come back. We'll give you points. We'll give you an executive producer credit. You can direct it if you want. We can do this. And he's like, no, not interested.
We will finally make an action figure for you.
Yeah. It kind of feels like Daisy Ridley was a bigger holdout than he was, which is crazy. That she needed more convincing. I mean, the thing is, like I said before, she went through a lot of crap to be a Star Wars fan. And I'm sure there was crap that he had to go through that we don't know about, just living his day to day. But as far as the the vitriol, Adam Driver got off pretty light. So maybe he's got a little bit more rose-colored glasses coming back to it. Daisy's felt like she had to take a proper break, and she's like, all right, I'm coming back, but I want to, I want those Harrison Ford points. Thank you very much.
No one's going to say anything to Adam Driver's face like they would to Daisy Ridley. Like,
yeah, or even online. He would find me. What if he turned up and was just like, I've got this list of all this stuff you've been saying about me? Like, oh shit. Wampa 267.
Yeah. I'm not afraid to come to Australia. Like, I'll come and show up.
I'll come like J.M. Silent Bob. I'll beat your door down and beat the crap out of you. I don't care. I was in the Marines. You think I care?
Yeah. It's like I do this for the fun of it.
Wild, just wild. I'll be curious to see like what happens, like what the juice is. You know, when we all get together in 2027 at Celebration Los Angeles. You know, provided that there is a Celebration Los Angeles, there is a Los Angeles, and there is an America. All those things. You know, we all plan to be there. It'll be a different state of affairs. We'll be living in a post. No, will it be? It won't be a post Starfighter universe. It'll be a post Mando and Grogu. But I feel like Mando and Grogu will just be a nice afternoon out.
It'll be a 1 month away or whatever it is from Starfighter, won't it? Like it's right before
Celebration. Really?
Yeah.
I guess you
unless
can't have
unless things change. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, well, they can't. I mean, we've spoken before. You can't put a movie out the same time Celebration's out because everybody will go to the movie. That doesn't make any sense. Like the hype will be bubbling over.
It's a little. It's just under 2 months away. Like April, beginning of April Celebration, end of May is Starfighter release. So it's going to be
okay.
Starfighter, bam, 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 Starfighter. Just like Star Wars Celebration, Starfighter. That's what it's going to be for sure. Yeah, and I'm here for it. I'm excited.
Although I still feel like the 50th will be the thing.
Yeah,
like the Starfighter panel will be big, but I think at the same time you're like, well, it comes out in 2 months. There'll probably already be a trailer by then. There'll be a poster. There'll be all that stuff. The 50th Star Wars panel, which will be anybody who's left will be there. Uncle George will be there. Harrison will be there. Hamill will be there. I don't know who else will be.
Would you try to? Would that be so? Question like if you had to pick between a Starfighter panel and the 50th, like a 50th panel.
Oh, 50th all day.
You go 50th.
Yeah. I've never seen George Lucas in person. I don't think I've ever seen all three of them in person. Actually, Harrison or Hamill. I'm making assumptions that they would be there. It just feels like for that they probably would, and
with Lucas's new museum, I think he'll be there, and I think that's going to be his not quite Anthony Daniels level like promotion, but he'll be like, "Hey everybody, I made Star Wars. Hey, you want to go check out my museum down the street? It's pretty cool."
George Lucas is doing, yeah. He's like, you can come meet me, but you've got to pay to get into my museum to meet me. Anthony Daniels style, cash only in the basement of my own museum. Yeah, well, Tony Daniels will be there as well, but I don't know. And then I think they'll squeeze that 50th re-release in there somewhere as well too, which I'm pretty confident will be the OG. I think they're going to show the OG. The original.
Do you want to hear my theory? We were talking about my fun trademarky, like just digging into stuff and reading into things. Like I'm like a Swiftie, but like for weird Star Wars stuff. Like that's kind of like where it's like. So I know Blue Harvest was talking about it the other day about like what they think. Kind of talking about like, oh, will it be like a rescan of the OG to do 4K and yada yada yada? Yeah. Like, will it be OG but like different and new? And so I have no insider information just for anybody who's listening to this. This is all just speculation, things I've seen on the internet, weird happenstance, mostly weird happenstance and gut feelings. But there was an old, I haven't been able to find it again. I follow Disney Research Hub on YouTube because I just love their like weird academic research videos where it's like how do we like do facial tracking and then map it onto somebody else's face? And it's like hyper academic. I don't understand any of it, but it's all very interesting to see them do that. Then 6 years later, it's like in the theme parks.
Yeah.
Or in movies or whatever. It's like, here's a video about snow simulation. And then Frozen 2 comes out. There was one a while ago that was talking about before like AI, big AI terms. It was like machine learning. Oh, how do we take the copies of the same film or video, like at different qualities and different maybe angles or whatever, and some's damaged, some's not, and use machine learning to like use that to like machine learning create a upscale video, similar to like kind of like what they've done with Wizard of Oz at the Sphere in Vegas, where it's like, hey, make it bigger and better, but then also like maybe blow out the sides and like fill it in, but like less of the side stuff, but like how do we fix this and make it better from degraded quality stuff? So there was that, and it's like, that's weird. There's all the weird conversations about like, oh, they showed this original film print in
In
London or
London,
whatever it
yep.
was, like,
Yep.
and people are like, it kind of went over like a wet fart. And we're like, that was weird. That not great. There's also been
So is that
kind of
not
weird.
great because of the quality of it, or just because people are like, oh, it's like the actual improvements in the special edition made it more thrilling, or more just the quality of the print wasn't great?
I think the quality of the print, and then also just kind of like it was just all kind of rough. Like there weren't none of the special, like you're taking like a rough print and then trying to blow it up real big. And it's like, oh, it is the film and it should be high quality, but it's just like, even then the graphical quality of some of that stuff wasn't good even for film. So that's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it
yeah.
needs new CGI and new special effects and whatever. Like you could see a lot of the, like on Return of the Jedi, you could see a TIE fighter flying and you see like the masking box.
Oh,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like with the black. There's also been some stuff online about like contracts and stuff that like Disney, Lucasfilm, and with these companies who do similar things, who do upscaling and do whatnot. There's also been, so I follow a lot of the fan projects, like the fan restorations and fan edits and things like that, because I'm a weird collector and like to watch weird stuff like that. There's been a couple, like there's just weird things going on in some of those communities and some of those groups where there's rumors and speculation that maybe some of those people have been reached out to about some of the work up, the restoration and upscaling work that they've done, and like even the special effects work that they've done, where they've gone and done like modern computer effects that perfectly like emulate what it was intended to be, like trying to be perfect and being like,
Yep.
hey, they're kind of eerily quiet when they didn't used to be quiet, all around the same
It doesn't have
time.
that kind of 90s sheen. It actually looks more like it
Yeah, it's
belongs.
like the 4K fan restorations and things like that. But
Yep.
these people have been eerily quiet for a certain amount of time about the projects they're actively working on for years. And so there's a couple other things that have been going on. So my theory is that we are going to get a completely new version that's released, but they're not going to like new. It's going to be actually new, something we've never seen before, but they're not going to like sell it that way. They're going to be like, it's a restored version of The New Hope, but
Yep.
it's actually like a mishmash, upscaled, machine learning fixed, maybe new graphics put in, but all under the guise of like, oh, this is the original. But when you look under the covers, it's like, no, it's actually, there's a lot of stuff that went into this to make it better and kind of like redo it.
So you think original cut or special edition cut with?
I think original cut with upgrades. That's what I think we will get. Not special
Sort of
edition.
take the roughness. Yep. So not special edition cut, original cut, but basically cleaned up to a thing where it would look like a pristine version of it on the screen, as opposed to trying to blow up an old 35 mil,
Mm-hmm. Because
thing on there. Yeah.
like
Yep.
they've taken all the sources, Laserdisc, old film cuts, maybe
Yeah.
reshot
I don't
some of
think
those
they're
restorers
gonna.
and things like that. And
Yeah, I don't think it would just be they're going to run the old print like it's off the old Laserdisc or whatever, where it's all a bit sort of, like I think it's got to like, no, it's going to sing on a 8K projector thing, and it's going to look amazing. And it's also like the sound will be, it'll be the amazing mix and things. But like you said, like it might just be original cut. Who knows?
And
Maybe they'll even do. Yeah.
And another insider thing that they did, like, so when Madison and I, we used to work at Disney World. We worked at Country Bear Jamboree, and that's where we met. And that whole ride, like, there's a point to this. It's a mechanical bears, but it was all run on analog tapes, like the big reels. Back when we worked there, from the 70s, originally in 71. But there was a process right after we left where they went through and digitized it and improved the sound quality, did all of that same kind of stuff, like that you would need to do a Star Wars, like kind of remaster it, but it's all still the original, but you kind of just really get your hands in it. And so it's not like they haven't done this stuff before.
Oh,
but
yeah,
now they
yeah.
also have machine learning AI. It's like, I think they're going to put that in theaters and they're going to make $1 billion because everybody and their brother is going to go see this in theaters. Like, in my opinion, I would be there. I mean, I go see the re-releases, but it's like I think everybody I know would go and be like, "Yeah, I would love to see the original Star Wars as it was aired in theaters, but like not dog water quality."
Yeah,
I think
it
they will
won't be
make
the original. It'll be the it'll be the 50th anniversary cut.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it'll the 50th anniversary edition or something where it's like, well, it's not the special edition, it's not the 30 mil. It's not we've had to. We can't just have the crappy mono sound or whatever
A
else.
newer hope. It's a newer hope.
It's a newer hope. Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, we all know we're going to go. Let's take your mum. It'll be I took my family to the special edition. I remember in '97 or whatever it was, and God, and that's further away than it was at the time. Now I'm thinking about it.
We're closer to 2050 than we are to 2000. Don't forget that.
Oh my goodness me, mate. Anything you want to promote before we get out of here? You just rolling along. See you popping up, just helping everybody out as you always do.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I think I'm going to be hopping on Blue Harvest soon for their Patreon for Visions reaction. So if you like those guys, want to hear me talk about that, I'll be
Who
there.
doesn't like those guys?
I'm also bringing down. I'm on Jam Transmissions with our buddy Rick quite a bit, and bringing down the quality of his podcast. And but yeah, I'm over there too. But other than that,
Well,
I'm gonna.
You've elevated this week. So.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate it. And also, you can find me at justshellin.com. We're going to be having some new episodes coming out soon.
Beautiful, love it.
Now that we got some new Star Wars come out, yeah, so it's coming soon.
Awesome, mate. Well, thanks everybody. Well, hopefully, I don't know, we'll do something for when Visions season 3 comes out. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll try to do it around the time while the hype is real. But yeah, that's about it for right now. So thank you very much, Shawn.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.